Badoosh ninjas. Whoa. Mind-blowing. Some of these cards are set as pretty, but one in particular we're going to get to in just a minute is just really extremely powerful. And if you're a Gruul player or just mono red, but more towards like creature builds or whatever, you're going to get really excited when you see this card and just how powerful it is. Ridiculous. But let's talk about Living Twister. Living Twister is a 3-drop. Gruul colors, creature elemental for deuce. Discard a land card. Living Twister deals 2 damage to any target. That's pretty cool because late game or sometimes even mid game, you just need something to close out a match, but you keep drawing cards. I mean, especially on Arena. Am I right? But if you have a card like this in play, and I like the body on it, it's a 2/5, 5 toughness. Not that easy to remove unless you have like a kill spell, like destroy target creature, or exile target creature, or whatever. But you are able to utilize your lands in hand that otherwise would just do you no good. Now, it's arguable. You can say, well, I could just have a shock in my hand or something. That's true also. But you can always use a shock somewhere else. But land cards, every deck has to have them. So if you just discard a land, Living Twister deals 2 damage to any target. That can close out a match. That can take out a threat. I mean, it's pretty nice. Also, for 1 forest or 1 green, return a tapped land you control to its owner's hand. This is going to be just sweet in any kind of land deck that's geared around lands. I mean, it's that simple. Living Twister is going to come in pretty handy. It's a great utility card for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing what it could do. But let's get into the bread and butter of this one. I don't even know how to say this. Ilog, the raised boar. Let's just call it the boar god for short, okay? So the 5-drop boar god. Already you can see it as 6/6. On top of that, it has trample. A 5-drop that's 6/6 and with trample is just extremely powerful on its own. But this card is just ridiculous what its abilities are. Whenever boar god attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. Anytime this thing attacks, that is ridiculous. It already has trample. It's already going to be a threat. But anytime you're attacking, you can take any card, any creature card from your hand and just put it on the battlefield. And it's like it just magically gains haste and it's already attacking with your boar. What about like a Galta? A 12/12 Galta now just comes out, hits the battlefield with haste. You paid 5 and you have a 6/6 on the field, but then you can instantly just throw down a Galta. What? That is going to be a lot of damage to like stop at once. I mean, it's going to be so hard to deal with that. This is what Gruul needed. Gruul needed a card like this really, really bad to give it that umph. This is going to be a very feared card. People with kill spells are basically going to hold out until they see this card. Its second ability, or what you do at the end, when it dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. It's basically nearly impossible to get rid of this thing. There's ways, of course, but that made this card all the more better and feared. Now your opponent's like on a clock. Let's say they do get rid of it. They're on a clock now. Like, this thing's going to come back, man. Do I have anything to deal with it? They might not have anything to deal with this kind of monstrosity. This thing is just ridiculous. It's going to be played. It's going to be played heavily. It's arguably one of the best mythics in the set we've seen. I mean, up there with Bolas and all that. But as far as a creature, this is probably, arguably, the most powerful, most feared creature that is going to hit the battlefield, at least in this meta. Argue below, but that's my argument there. Extremely strong, extremely powerful. Let me know what you guys think of this card. I had to make another video on it. I just want to close this video. I want to introduce you guys to members of the Bad Boy Gaming family, Starla, Lily, and Frank. Frank has been with me for well over a year. He supported me on Patreon, and his love and show of support is a blessing. Thank you very much, Frank. Frank also has a daughter, Lily, and she has had complications since birth. She has what is called Aicardi-Goutieres syndrome. I never heard of this until I spoke with Frank here. It's a rare genetic disorder that affects the brain, spinal cord, and immune system. She's wheelchair bound. She's 6 years old, can't talk, can't walk, can't crawl. But she's very happy and very much loved, as you could see. They travel anywhere from 7 to 20 hours a week to take her to specialists. That's about a part-time job and then some. You know, she visits them in St. Louis and Philadelphia, and up until a couple years ago, she was one of one in the world with her type. Since doctors were able to study Lily, they have diagnosed a few more cases. Basically, guys, I'm asking you as a community, as subscribers to Bad Boy Gaming, if you can, any money raised is going to go. It's going to go back to them to help her with the back and forth of seeing the specialists. There's a link in the description of this video, but also on the screen, paypal.me/Frank Airy. Anything you can donate would greatly help this family out in a time of need. Frank has been there for me, and I'd like to return the favor the best I can. I hope if anyone can contribute or donate anything, I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated. Again, it's the link in the description of this video. We'll take you right to it, but it's paypal.me. Is that / whichever slash it is, Frank Airy. Starla, Lily, Frank, Godspeed. I love you guys. Shout out to Lily, Frank, and Starla. For everyone else watching right now, thank you very much for your time. And if you choose to make a donation, thank you for your generosity as well, and just for being a subscriber or viewer to Bad Boy Gaming. I do appreciate everyone, and yeah, show some love. Love you guys. Skadoosh. Oh, and tonight we'll be live streaming very soon here, actually. So hope to see you guys here tonight in the live stream as well. Skadoosh.